Welcome to Boostfad Academy Computer Tutorial Series. This is tutorial number 19. In this tutorial, how we'll be discussing about justification. That is, how do we justify our text to the left, to the right, or centralize our text. That is what this tutorial is all about. So let's go back to our Microsoft Office window. So we have our text. If we look at this text, let us look at the right side. You can see it is in zigzag form. But if we look at this, the left side of the text, you can see everything starts from the same spot. So it's very straight at the left, but at the right side, it's not straightened at all. So by default, this is what we call left justification. That is, all the text will start from the left, but may not be balanced at the right, just like the way we have it here. So how do we change it? So that's what we are going to learn in this tutorial. So left justification, the first thing you do is to highlight the text. So let us justify all the text by pressing Ctrl A. So we have highlighted all. If I want to justify it to the left, let's look at the toolbar. Look at this side. Look at these four icons. We use the four of them for justification. The first one, if you look at it, that's the left justification. The second one, that's centralize. That is to justify to the center. The third one, right justification. It means everything will be straight at the right side, but it will be in zigzag form at the left side. While the last one, we call it what? Perfect justification. That is to justify everything. It will be straightened in both sides, both left and right. And that's the one we normally use anytime you are working on Microsoft Word. The first thing to do is to justify your document both left and right, and that is the one you use. So to justify to the left, just like I said, after highlighting, so we click on the left justification icon. You see, everything justified to the left, but the right side here is in zigzag form. So, or we use Ctrl L. That is the shortcut. You press down the Ctrl, then you press L. So you can see as I press L, so everything moves to the left side. If I want to use right justification, you can come here. You can see that is the right at the top. You can see that from the even from the icon, from the sign itself. If I press it, everything will be justified to the right here, but the left side here, at this side, will be in zigzag form. Let's try that. You can see even the heading, it moved to where? It moved to the right, while the left side here is in zigzag form. So to center, let's justify to center. It means everything will be at the center of the page of the document. So for the right justification, the same thing happens. We can use the shortcut Ctrl R. We press down the Ctrl button, then we press R. If we press R, it will justify to the right. So either we use the icon or we use the Ctrl button. To centralize, if we press the center, everything will be at the center. You see, you can see both left and right is a zigzag form. It means the text will be at the center of each of the lines. That is what we call centralize. So now for centralize, the shortcut is Ctrl E. Ctrl E to centralize. If I press it again, it will return to default. That is where it was before. If I press Ctrl E, it moves to everything moves to the center. While the last one, which I said, we call it perfect justification. That is, the two sides will be justified. So for that one, we can use Ctrl J, or we click on the icon. You see, look at the left side, you can see it's straightened. Look at the right side, you can see it's also straightened. It means it will be straightened at the two sides. We call that one perfect justification. So once again, we can justify to the left using the left side. We can justify to the right using the right justification icon. We can centralize using the centralized icon, and we can perfectly justify using what? The perfect justification icon. So that is justification. So the heading, let me centralize it. You highlight. After highlighting it, let's use the control key, that is Control E. It moves to the center. The first paragraph, let me justify it to the left. So you can see I'm highlighting it. As I highlighted the first paragraph, let me justify to the left by pressing Control L. I'll press down the control button, the L. You can see it justified to the left, but the right side is what? Is in zigzag form. While the following paragraph, everything still justified. Like this paragraph now, let me justify it to the right. So I've clicked at the beginning using my shift and arrow button. So I've highlighted the text. So I can justify to the right by pressing Control R. You can see I've justified it to the right. So to the center, like I said, if I highlight, as I highlighted this one and I press Control E, I justified it to the center. So perfect justification, like this one that we have justified to the left, let us use perfect justification. So let me highlight it again and use perfect justification. You will realize that everything will be straightened at the stool side, that is Control J. So that is perfect justification, and that is all about how to justify a text, either to the left, to the right, perfect justification and centralize. But the most commonly used one, the one that you are going to need anytime you are working on Microsoft Word, is centralize for the heading and perfect justification for the body of your document. So that is all about justification of text. So in the next tutorial, I will be discussing about number and bulleting. How do we number our texts? Maybe we want to list items. How do we number them? How do we bullet them? That is what I will be discussing in the next tutorial. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and share it with others for them to also benefit. Until the next tutorial where we'll be meeting, I say bye for now.